Today is the 13th of July 2021 and we're in the Destiny Global studio. And I would just like to welcome everyone once again because I've been away for 2 weeks in the Caribbean and it was a trip on business and also I managed to fit in some pleasure. It was a wonderful experience once again to be in the Caribbean. And today I want to just share with you my experiences and my journey throughout life, and to say that what I thought was important 25 years ago is not important now. Why do I say that? I say that because when you're young and growing up, you're in pursuit of success, money, and all the trappings that goes with it. Beautiful girls, beautiful ladies, and in some way you're blinded or you're immature, so you can't get to see what you really should be pursuing. So again, it could be age and it could be development that you're going through, that when you reach a certain stage, you've got to step back and look into yourself introspectively and see, where do I want to go now? That experience is only the person who's going through it can ascertain where they are in life. And I shared certain experiences whilst I was there, and other people too share their experience with me, which I'm very, very grateful for. For example, I met a lady on the plane. She told me about her life and her husband passing, and then she said, you know, I have regrets, but I've had more happiness with my husband because we've been all over the world. And she gave me a philosophy. She said, young man, go and live your life because life is very short. Do not put off anything that you want to do. So, with that in mind and with my experiences that I've had now, life to me has really been something now that I look at totally different, as I said before. And I want to draw from my experience now 3 types of people: the poor people, the rich people, and the wealthy people. When I say the poor people, I don't mean poor in money. I mean poor in mind. Because you can have $1 billion in your pocket. If you're poor in mind, you're still poor. If you do not develop your mind, if you do not develop your social and your emotional skills, and you have $1 billion, you are still poor. So, let me differentiate between the poor mentality, the rich mentality, and the wealthy mentality. The poor people are always talking about money. Money, 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 money. Every day is money. They haven't got money for this, they haven't got money for that. They hide money there, they hide money there. Those people, quite honestly, will never have money. The rich people, quite the contrary, will talk about their big houses, their cars, how many cars they've got, how many swimming pool. They talk about things. They are really crazy people. They're very boring people because they have got no humility. They've got no substance. But the wealthy person is creative, is innovative. They come with ideas. Let's look at Steve Jobs. He died at very early age. He had billions of dollars in the bank, but not one penny could save him from pancreatic cancer. Now, that isn't to say that Steve Jobs didn't leave a legacy. He left the iPhone. So we don't remember Steve Jobs for the $1 billion. We remember Steve Jobs for the iPhone that he left. So the wealthy person is creative in ideas. Bob Marley, creativity. Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, John F. Kennedy, you name them. All these people are creative and innovative. They do not pursue money. But in the end, money comes with it in abundance because that is not what they set out to do. So at this stage of my life, I was looking and I was saying, what is it that I want to not do, but what is the philosophy that I want to embrace in the latter part of my life? And I'm positive that I don't want to embrace a poor mentality or a rich mentality. Because even the Bible tells you that when you are wealthy, it keeps multiplying and reproducing. That is the art, and then everybody gets a part of it. That means it's not accumulated and stored in banks. It's not accumulated and stored in insurance company. It's not accumulated and stored under your mattresses. It's multiplied so that your community, so that the country, the wider diaspora, everybody benefits from someone who has a wealthy mind. And, everyone, not maybe at a young stage in life, should, because people, if you're young, you're looking to have fun, there's nothing wrong with that, but at some stage of your life, you must start develop your social, your emotional, and to look forward to having a life that at least when you leave this planet, you know that you will leave something behind where people will talk about. People will never talk about the house that you have. People will never talk about what you've saved. People will always talk about what you gave. So in doing this, you've got to give. And one of the first place you've got to start to make your life meaningful is your community. If you die tomorrow and you do not leave anything for your community to say at your funeral will be very short. Your obituary will not carry any weight. So at some stage in your life, one has to look at it and say, what is it I want to leave behind? And I'll just extrapolate a bit. It's like your children. The Bible tells you a good man leaves an inheritance for his children. Not his children, his children. So when a person is planning their life, and when they reach a certain plateau in their life, they should be looking to fulfill what Solomon says. And you cannot pursue the things that you think money brings. As a matter of fact, you must never pursue what money brings, because Solomon tells you in the Bible that your gift will give you everything. And what did Solomon pray for? He prayed for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So it is clear, crystal clear, that people who go around praying, oh, God help me to get this house, help me to get this, that is not what you should be praying for. Because even if you get it, I've had it and lost it many times. Because I was not at the stage in my life to multiply it and to be able to let other people, my community, and the wider diaspora share in what I have. But going back to what I'm saying, you must live your life that is meaningful. You must start looking at your life introspectively and say, am I leaving something? Your name, for example, another example. Shakespeare said, what is in a name? There's a lot of things in a name. When you leave your name behind, your name should represent who you are. As a matter of fact, some people in some countries, their children can go to the bank and said, my name is so and so, and they will get a loan or they will get whatever they want. That is because that person's name carries a lot of weight. And I don't mean weight in money, because that is an illusion. If you think that money is going to take you through, I can tell you, you are totally wrong. What takes you through is the way you engage with people as well. If you're somebody who's always complaining and always finding fault, nobody wants to be around you. It is very easy. People like to be around people who not only they are entertaining, they feel comfortable with, that they can learn something from, that they can share something with, that they can extend. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. It is one of the most important cliches that I've heard in a long time. You don't have to have a lot of friends. And on touching on friends, I will say this. Whilst I've been away, there has been a little situation at my home. And I had to call a few friends to go around and to assist. Now, every one of those friends that I called on, they came and they assisted. Now, they didn't say to me, oh, I could come tomorrow, I could come next week, because they know it's an emergency. It's like they asked the question in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Call a friend. If when you call a friend in an emergency and that friend cannot respond to that emergency, that person is not a friend, because it's an emergency. So I was able, even though I was away, to see very clearly who my friends were. Now we were talking about wealth, and I want to coordinate that with wealth. That makes me wealthy. That doesn't make me rich. It makes me wealthy. Because I know that I've got 3 or 4 people that I can call on in an emergency, and they attend to it. That is wealth in itself, and you cannot buy that. No amount of money can buy that. That comes through mutual respect. That comes through humility. That comes through people that you've been around, and they've seen the type of person you are and the person they are, and you bonded together. So I want to stress on this mentality of wealth and move people away from this pretentiousness about money. Because when you look at the Thomas and the Jones, don't follow the Thomas and the Jones, because you're just a rat in a big rat race. I used to be a rat in a big rat race. But guess what? I left that behind. I don't want to be a rat. I have my own style. I don't follow people. For you to follow people, that means you're not a leader. That means you don't ooze confidence in yourself. You've got to ooze confidence in yourself to know what you want out of life. And by doing this, you will be able to reach a stage in your life that you feel comfortable. You're at peace. As the saying goes, you almost could die then. If you do not reach that stage in your life, then you have not fulfilled the true meaning that you came on this planet for. Because we all come on this planet for a purpose. Every single one of us. And every single one of us has got a gift. I cannot follow a next person's gift. And I cannot imitate a next person. Neither can someone imitate me. Because if you try to imitate people, you will only find that you will never be able to keep up with it. You've got to find your own lane, as my friend would say. You've got to get in your own lane. You've got to find what you're gifted at. And you've got to keep polishing your gift. Until you do that, you will never be happy with yourself. It's like going to work. People go to work, sometimes they go to work, they detest going to work. When Monday morning comes, as a matter of fact, when Sunday comes, they start having a heart attack before Monday morning comes. Now that tells anyone that you're not doing what you're supposed to do. We're not saying that you shouldn't do certain things for a period of time to get where you're going. But you must have the end in mind at all times. Life is also a lifestyle. It is not something that you just take like an arrow and throw at it, and wherever you land, you go. You've got to have a destination. You've got to have a journey. It's a journey. And that destination, I always say, is like going on a plane. When you go on a plane, you have no destination. You don't have anywhere to land. Can you imagine that? That means you'll just be flying round and round and round and has no destination. But some people live their lives like that. You know, and I'm sure a lot of people live their lives like that. And I too used to live my life like that. But at some stage, I realized that life is not a joke. Because you only get one shot. As the record said, you only have one shot. What is your one shot going to be? Some people, they lay on their back and they're filled with regrets. We should be fortunate that we have life, that we can still make a success of it, irrespective of what age you are, irrespective of what color you are, irrespective of what sex you are and where you were born. You don't have to take what people tell you about you. You have to decide what you want to be. And nobody, no matter who they are, supposed to take you away from your goal, from your ambition, from pursuing what God has put you on this planet for. This is Destiny Global TV. Please subscribe and leave your comment below.